cake. That's seriously disappointing. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Gabby. As you can tell by today's video, we are doing a little mukbang slash answering your pregnancy questions slash talking about my pregnancy journey so far. I am so excited for this video because it just gives me an excuse to eat all of the pregnancy cravings I've had in my first trimester. This is probably not all of them, but like majority of like my biggest pregnancy cravings. Most of them have been sweet, and I'm missing like some fruit and gummy worms, I think, but I didn't want to go too overboard for this video. This is already a lot of food, and I will probably be eating this into dinner slash lunch tomorrow. But I asked you guys on Instagram and TikTok and on YouTube for your questions, so I'm going to be answering some of them in this video. But first, let's walk through all of the things that I have on the table here. First off, this is not like a nutrition video or pregnancy recommendations. Like, talk to your doctor, healthcare provider. I'm not like recommending these things, but oh my god, I hate having allergies. Okay, just as a disclaimer, I am not like saying that these are the healthiest things or the most nutritious things in pregnancy, but I feel like in your first trimester, you are just trying to get through it. So we have a Subway sandwich. This is a cold cut combo, 6-inch on Italian. My doctor said that the deli meat thing was fine. Don't worry too much about it. We also have some spring rolls. These are like Vietnamese spring rolls. This is probably like my number one biggest craving other than mangoes. We have some white cake. I did eat half of this last night. We have some cinnamon buns, some California rolls, because obviously you can't have raw salmon and tuna. So I have rediscovered my love for California rolls. I've been smashing through fruit cups like no tomorrow. So fruit cups, missing mangoes and watermelon, but I didn't want to just buy fruit for this and then maybe not eat it. So, and McDonald's Sprite, specifically McDonald's Sprite. But I'm super disappointed because this just literally tastes like soda water. They must have ran out of syrup. So I guess it's healthier, but most definitely not as satisfying. So McDonald's Sprite, question mark? Anyways, let's dive into all of this food and your questions, of course. I hope I don't spill this all over myself. Okay, I wrote down all of your questions on my phone here, so I'm going to be reading off of them from here. I think the first thing I want to start with though is these spring rolls. Like I said, probably my biggest craving. So we're gonna start there. Okay, biggest question slash probably the number one question I got was it planned but happened sooner than expected, or was it unplanned? Technically, this pregnancy was unplanned, but because it's unplanned does not mean that it's not unwanted. I just want to make that super, super clear. We obviously knew the risks of, you know, getting pregnant, and we both accepted those risks, and if that happened, then we would be happy and excited, and if it didn't happen, then we wouldn't be, you know, too disappointed. So this pregnancy is technically unplanned, but I'm actually kind of thankful it happened that way because I don't know, from a very like young age, I guess, not like super young, but like younger age, like 20, I always just like had a deep down feeling that I would maybe struggle with like infertility. I have no idea why. I don't know why I even thought this, but I just like had a gut feeling, and it was always something that seemed so scary, and it really breaks my heart. And like, I really feel for those who do struggle from infertility, and I see that struggle and that journey and that battle, and I just want to say that, you know, it can be tough. I haven't experienced it, thankfully, but that was just always like a fear in my mind. So I'm kind of thankful that it did happen this way because I wasn't too stressed about conceiving and infertility treatments and going down that road. So in a way, I feel like this was kind of a blessing for me because I wasn't too concerned about like tracking my ovulation and, you know, timing things perfectly and not conceiving and, you know, taking pregnancy tests again and again and again and having it be negative, because I feel like that's just really mentally exhausting and mentally tough and draining too. So yes, it was unplanned, and it also did happen, I guess, sooner than we thought, I guess. I don't know if that like makes sense. But like I said, I'm still happy that it happened this way, and I'm so excited to have this baby in August. The second most asked question was, how old are you / do you want to be a young mom? I feel like a lot of people on here think that I'm like 18, but I promise you I'm not. I actually graduated university now 4 years ago, you guys. Four of them. I'm actually 25 years old. I would say that like technically in this day and age, yes, that's being a young mom still, but also in the sense of like when I was growing up, like I could see myself being a mom at this age, and I've always wanted that. Like I've always like pictured myself having my first child at 25. I don't know if I would consider myself like a young mom, definitely younger, and more so the first out of like my circle of friends to have a baby. There are people from high school that I went to high school with that have already had children, you know, that happened like a couple of years ago for them or whatever. I would say like young mom for me would be like early 20s. So if I was like pregnant 21, 22, 23, I would say that would be a young mom. But now I would say this is like an average age to become a mom, kind of like that 25 to 28 range. I want to say is like pretty typical these days. Some people do wait till like their 30s, and that's totally cool and fine. I don't know. I'm excited that it's like happening at this time, and I feel like this is a good time. So yeah, I guess yes and no. Like, I don't know. I don't really see myself as a young mom, but this is a good time for me. Next question was, were you on birth control? So no, sorry to my parents who are probably watching this video. No, I have not been on birth control for 2.5 years, I want to say. I feel like my cycle came back pretty quickly after, but it was never like super regular. But I just wanted to like not be on birth control because I just felt like awful on it. And I think I was on birth control for 8 or 9 years prior to that, which is a really long time. And I just needed a break from it, to be honest. And we obviously knew the, I don't know, consequences, I guess. Not, you know, what, it's not a consequence, but the conclusion to that anyways is no, I was not on any form of birth control at that point. The only type of birth control I ever took was the pill. I didn't do any of the like shots or rings or injections or anything like that. The only thing I was on was the pill. I feel like California rolls are not that satisfying when it comes to sushi, but it does do the trick, I suppose. I do have a weird array of foods as well. Next question is, are you moving into a house before the baby arrives? We currently live in a 1-bedroom apartment type thing. It's actually an above garage suite, so our landlord's garage is below us, and then they live obviously in the house that's like detached from this part here. Honestly, the space is pretty big for like what it is. Like, it's a triple car garage, so we have a generous living room and bedroom space. We know we do have to move eventually when the baby gets bigger, but I don't think we will be moving before the baby arrives. Now, the housing market is just crazy in Calgary, and same with the rental market. It's just going up and up and up, and what we have here is actually a really good deal in terms of like what you can get for this now. Like, this would probably cost us double if we like wanted to move into something like this. So it's making it really hard to move. Plus, our bedroom, we can definitely fit a crib and like, I don't know, a dresser and stuff for the baby in there without having to like sacrifice too much. And then in here, like, it's not going to really do much in the first 6 months. Then after 6 months, when they start to, you know, crawl and sit up, then we will probably definitely look at moving and just like not sharing a bedroom with the baby. But I feel like most parents share a bedroom anyways, and the baby just sleeps in a bassinet next to the bed. So we're kind of avoiding that, I guess, in this situation, because we're just gonna have the crib in the bedroom next to us, and then we don't have to get a bassinet. So I don't think we'll be moving into a house before the baby arrives. I know we want to purchase a house one day, but like I said, housing market, although it's like coming down, the interest rate is still pretty high, and I just don't think it's like feasible for us to get everything for the baby and, you know, be able to be financially stable for the baby and have that moving expense and mortgage and stuff on top of that. I just feel like that is way too stressful at this time. So I think we will stick to this place for now, and I'm sure we'll be fine until the baby gets a little bit older and starts to be moving and stuff, and then we'll like consider obviously moving to a bigger place. Okay, our next question is, will you be sharing the gender? Yes, I will be sharing the gender. We do not find out. It is currently February 27th when I'm filming this, which is a week early, but we will find out until March 15th, and then we are doing a little gender reveal party with our friends and families. So I will be filming all of that. There will be an actual video of the gender reveal and the party and stuff, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to stick around. And I'm also going to be doing the like old wives tale, like gender predictor type of thing video beforehand too, so you guys can guess. But yes, I will be sharing the gender. We won't be sharing the name until the baby is born. I don't know how much I'm going to be sharing of that online, just with like social media safety and stuff, so TBA, but yes, we will at least share the gender of the baby for now. All right, the next question is, how are you feeling after sharing the announcement? I don't honestly know, like very mixed emotions, I would say. On one hand, I am finally thankful to be able to share this with you guys, be able to like vlog things and bring you along on this journey. Like finally, like the secret's out and I don't have to like hide it and tiptoe around it, so kind of relieved in that way, but also like kind of scared too, because obviously there's still complications that could go wrong, and you know, we're praying for a happy, healthy baby, but you just never know. And I feel like that's so scary coming like back onto social media and talking about that, even though like it shouldn't be. We should talk about it, but I don't know. I feel relieved, but also kind of scared, and also like it doesn't really feel real. I don't know. It's so weird. I go into Lululemon now and like everyone's like, oh my gosh, congrats, I saw the news. I'm like, what? And I'm like, oh yeah, right, that news. So for me, it hasn't really like set in yet. Like I haven't really felt a lot of the baby's movements. I felt like a few of them, I think, but it's really hard to tell, especially in the beginning with your first pregnancy. You don't really know what those feel like. But yeah, like excited to share this with you guys and bring you along for this journey, but also like it's still kind of scary, and I feel like people don't like talk about that on YouTube a lot, that you just see like pregnancy being like so easy and fun and, you know, happy times. And even though it is that, there's also a lot of times where it's like scary. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I doing this right? Am I doing everything I can for the baby? Is everything okay? And just like a lot of anxiety, I feel like, around that too. Good and bad. Other than like feeling relieved that I can like finally share it with you, I don't know how much has like super changed in my feelings after I shared the announcement. The next one is not really baby related, but more Lululemon related, is what is your favorite scuba? That would be the scuba oversized half zips. This is like what I'm wearing right now, probably the most that I own, but specifically the Heathercore Ultralight Gray one. I feel like that's my most worn scuba. If I had to only keep one, then I would probably keep that one, and it's just like, yeah, my favorite, hands down. It was the first one I ever got, and it remains to be my favorite. Next question, again, more influencer related. Recommendations / must-haves for starting a YouTube channel / influencing. In terms of like equipment and stuff, obviously you can use a lot of what you have already. I used my phone for the first, I don't even know, like 3-4 months at least starting YouTube, and I filmed videos on there. I got like a little mini tripod and like adapter to put my phone on. I think the first few videos I even just like propped it up, to be honest, on like some books or something to make it like a little mini stand. So you really don't need much. I do use the free iMovie on my iMac. You'll need like a video editor of some sort, a camera of some sort, and really that's all you need to get started. And my best advice is always just to start posting. If you want to get a little bit more into YouTube, I have a very basic setup. So I have a ring light, I have like a phone tripod, and then like my main camera and my main camera tripod with a microphone attached to the camera. So I did get that on a little bit of a, I think, sale or deal or something. So I did get a good price for these items, but again, you don't have to go top of the line and max that out. Amazon has a lot of great options, or like Best Buy, somewhere that has like reputable electronics. I would say to get like good gear, I would probably go at least like Best Buy or like something like that, an electronics store. Other than that, I think that's really the essentials you need to get started. I did invest in Epidemic Sound for music, so all the royalty-free music that I can use for my YouTube videos. I did use the YouTube library for a very long time before investing in Epidemic Sound. And you can also use Canva to do thumbnails, or there's a bunch of like free apps and stuff that people use to do thumbnails, so definitely check that out. Again, be resourceful. I feel like you really don't need a lot to get started. It does take a while to get the ball rolling, but once you do, then I feel like, you know, you're rolling. All right, next question is, have you started thinking about baby names? Yes, we have picked out a girl's name for probably a while now, like a couple years. We like talked about it. We already have that like set. So the girl's name, yes, 100%. Boy's name, it's a little bit harder. I feel like boys' names are harder to come up with these days because there's not like a lot of options. It's either like super generic or super out there. And a lot of names are like gender neutral, but I feel like a lot of people also stay away from that because it's like more girl names now. We have a few different options. We have a middle name picked for sure because it's like a family name, but we don't know about the first name. We do have a list of baby names. We're going to do a video on the baby names we loved but aren't using, so stay tuned for that too. I have lots of super exciting content coming up for you guys. Yes, we have thought about baby names. Girl or boy, are you excited? Obviously we don't know that yet, but I am very excited, and I don't know if I have like a specific preference. Like, I've always wanted a daughter, but honestly we just hope for a happy, healthy baby. We also have a lot of boys in my family, so I feel like a girl would be nice to have just to like balance out the numbers a little bit more. But honestly, a happy, healthy baby is all that we can ask for at this point, for everything to go smoothly and, you know, for everything to be good and healthy when it comes to time. I really love this next question. It's, how adaptive do you think your Lulu wardrobe would be during and after pregnancy? So I feel like this is a great question because I bought a ton of stuff. If you guys saw those hauls, a ton of stuff for Black Friday and right before I left Lululemon and I lost my discount. And some of that stuff I now regret buying because it probably will not fit me, and it's not fitting me now in the first and second trimester of pregnancy. So things that I bought in a size 0 are just too small now. I probably should have just bought them in a 2, knowing then like I had no idea what was about to happen, and I didn't really like know to buy like size up. So like it fit me then, and I feel like that was probably the best move then. But thinking back on it now, I kind of regret some of the stuff that I bought. Like, I don't wear my Wonder Trains or base paces at all because I don't like having anything tight on my stomach, and I just don't like being sucked in at this moment. So those have gone untouched since I purchased them. Unfortunately, I've been living in my Aligns. I feel like my Align tanks are also out of the question right now. A lot of them are a size 2, which are not fitting at all. So unfortunately, I don't know. It's so hard to tell if I'm going to go back to my pre-pregnancy size after giving birth, or, you know, is it going to be a size up and I'm going to have to like basically restart my Lululemon wardrobe, especially with my Align tanks and my pants. I really hope not. I don't know, the Aligns and stuff, perfect. Honestly, Scubas still fit, they look cute. I would say like I've been loving my more oversized t-shirts, so things like my All Yours t-shirts, even my whole tight long sleeves have been like a blessing. I've been living in those. But things like my joggers and sweatpants and stuff that I usually go down to a 0 are beginning to get a little tight now, and they have been for a few weeks. I don't know how versatile it's going to be. I might buy like 1 or 2 things in a size up just to like get me through, because like a lot of my sports bras and stuff do not fit me right now, but I'm hoping that post-pregnancy, you know, the dream is to go back to your pre-pregnancy size and weight. So I don't really know if that's going to be true or not. I'm hoping that you know, the wardrobe is still going to be effective and I'm going to be able to use it. But aligned pants for sure, and super high-rise pants will be my best friend during this pregnancy. I did buy a couple items as well, like the aligned bodysuit to kind of like grow into, and I'm planning just to live in dresses for the rest of the summer. But I think my Hottie Hot shorts will be fine as well. Just like, even though they're high-rise, I'll just like pull them down and wear them low-rise with some like bigger t-shirts. I think will be fine. So for the most part, I have stuff that I'm going to wear through my pregnancy and is going to be like good after. So thankful for that, but I think you have to like pick and choose which items. I probably would stay away from anything like super tight fitting, me personally anyways, and hopefully I can go back and wear those after the baby is here. Okay, next question. Will your channel be a vlog slash family channel after the baby is born? That is a very good question because I honestly do not know yet. I have not thought a whole bunch about when the baby's here, how much we're going to share on social media. I definitely still want to vlog. Like, I still want to be a vlog channel now, like incorporating those vlogs in with these kind of videos. Like, I feel like I'm still vlogging decently enough, but I wouldn't consider myself like a vlog channel specifically. Like, I still like doing these kind of like sit down, more formal videos. And then it's nice to have like those vlogs as like a casual video. So I like to stay a little bit mixed. Like, Damon doesn't want to be in these videos, which is totally fine. And I respect that. He doesn't want to be on camera. That's totally cool. So I don't really know how much of like a family channel it'll be. I think it'll be, I don't know, me sharing things. I don't know if I'm going to like put the baby on YouTube. I don't know. It's still in discussion between Damon and I too, what we feel comfortable with and what we want. So TBA, I don't really know what it's going to look like, to be honest. I have not thought that far down the road on what exactly that's going to look like. I like Aspen and Parker, if you guys watch their channel. I like how she has a good mix of like her stuff and like family stuff too. So I kind of want to keep it like that. I still want to do Lululemon stuff. I still want to do lifestyle content and styling and fashion and that kind of stuff, and not just make it all family, but still like incorporate pieces of my life. So like keeping those vlogs to like more casual, more my life kind of thing. So I think that's kind of the plan, but who knows? The world could be flipped upside down when the baby gets here. Speaking of that, also for maternity leave, because I do YouTube, obviously I don't have like a specific maternity leave, but I do plan on taking a little bit of a break between July and early August. I still want to do like a birth vlog type thing, but I really don't know what to expect in the hospital, what that's going to look like, and how much footage we could get. I'm going to bring my camera and stuff along. So whatever I get, but I'm not going to be focusing on content for a couple weeks to a month, I would say, just to kind of get settled with the baby and adjusted to life with a newborn. But I do want to share some of that with you guys, and also just like film it for myself and look back on that, because I feel like it's a very special time and it doesn't last very long in the newborn phase. So that's kind of my plans for the upcoming bit. And that kind of leads into the next question too. How are you going to balance taking care of your baby and making content? So like I said, probably taking a little bit of a leave kind of during that late July, early August period. I will see if I can like pre-film some stuff. I really don't know what I'd pre-film at that point, but just to like get some videos up or have them scheduled to be up. The baby could come early. Like, I literally have no idea. So I'm kind of just taking it like day by day, month by month. I don't know, like hopefully things are good and it was smooth and all of that stuff. Recovery is good and all is fine and dandy and we can come back to work after a month. But obviously it's going to be a big life change. So I don't have a definitive answer, unfortunately, for that. The thing I'm thankful for about working at home and being able to do YouTube and content and stuff as my job is that we don't have to worry about childcare and we can still have the baby here. We also have like help from family too, like they are willing to help take care of the baby. So I don't know if that would look like, you know, maybe once a week and then I can like film stuff, or I film while they're napping, or what that looks like. I don't really know yet, and I feel like I won't know until the baby is here and kind of get into a routine and figure it out for ourselves. So I guess that's kind of my answer. All right, sorry, the camera was full. The camera card was full. So we're back with our last question is, what was your pregnancy symptom / when did you decide to take a test? I think I kind of described this in my last video, or like my announcement video. I missed my period by a week, and so we decided to test. But basically my symptoms were very mild. I was so lucky to not have morning sickness that much. Like, beyond thankful that I did not have that. I got it a little bit in the evening occasionally, and I don't know, it was like mild. I would just go to bed, to be honest with you. It wasn't that bad. My chest was obviously sore. Food cravings and aversions were big. I had a huge appetite at the very beginning, like before we knew. So I was like out eating Damon by a lot, but it definitely like trickled down. Biggest cravings, obviously what you see here, plus mangoes, watermelons, fruit smoothies, like anything fruit, candy, like specifically gummy worms. I don't know why. Those were kind of like the main like sweet things, I think, were the main craving. Sprite, of course, and then for like savory foods, whatever I was craving would be like Subway and spring rolls mostly, and then some sushi, but of course it's just like California rolls, so I don't know if I craved it that much. But yeah, these were like the dominant things. Food aversions, I was not having anything I was used to having. Like, I am not normally a sweet tooth person, and I love my savory foods like chips and pickles, and that just did not sound good to me. We had spaghetti a couple times, and that was also not happening. Even some turkey noodle soup, which I love soup. Like, every single type of soup, I pretty much love soup. I hated it. I gagged. I did not want it. I could not eat it. It was so weird. So the aversions were definite, but I feel like I didn't have that many symptoms, to be honest. Now I have like congestion is my biggest symptom in like the second trimester. Yeah, I think that's all for my symptoms. Like, I really didn't have that many, which was like lucky, but also kind of weird because it definitely doesn't feel real not having symptoms. So pros and cons to each. But that pretty much wraps up today's video. I know I didn't eat everything on here. This is probably going to go back in the fridge, and these things, I'm sure Damon will come home and help me polish off for dinner tonight. So not really worried. These do look good, but I don't know. I'm probably going to eat a little bit more after this video. If you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed this Q&A, give it a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss those videos that I mentioned coming up, and hit that notification bell so you are notified when I do post those videos. And yeah, I'll probably do like an updated second trimester Q&A. So if you have any like further questions for me, leave those down below. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!